Brothers and sisters, welcome to our today's program. Today we are the 2nd of July 2019. My name is Odon Bulamba and I'm going to present this program to you today so that you can know, you can be updated, you can be kept online with what has been taking place in the DRC, Congo Democratic Republic of. Today I'm going to give you just news in brief, and I won't do any comment. I won't really go deep in the analysis as we do it every time, but I'll just let you know what has been taking place, and from maybe the coming days we'll start again to do our programs as we usually do it. Lamuka demonstration or Lamuka march. The police denies death of a protester in Goma. So the Congolese National Police has denied the death of a protester on Sunday, June the 30th, during an opposition demonstration repressed by the police in the city of Goma, which is a chief area or the big town of Nord-Kivu province. In this city, unlike the information that was announced about the death of the protester by the name of Paluku Kamana is currently admitted. Paluku Kamana is currently admitted to the emergency care of the CBCA Ndosho Hospital, said the police in a statement signed by their spokesman, the senior chief commissioner Piero Mwanamputu Mpung. We still are in Goma, where the police reported on Monday the 1st of July that the demonstrators took away the weapon of one of the police officers during the march or the demonstration, which was organized on Sunday by Lamuka coalition in Goma. This is a commander of Karisimbi Community Police Station who was wounded, said a policeman. The letter also confirms the death of a protester. Lamuka lamented the shooting death of one of his militants. They said, "We deplore the unnecessary death, serious injuries, beatings and inhuman treatment imposed on some citizens released peacefully to claim their right constitutionally guaranteed." That was in their statement released on Sunday. We are going now to Bukavu in South Kivu, where Camp Zaïre, a community known by the name of Camp Zaïre, was caught on fire, and those victims of that fire actually are spending their night outside. The victim of this Camp Zaïre community of Bukavu, they sleep outside without any help or support. I'll remind you that around 350 houses were burnt down or were calcinated, if you want, or were devoured by fire on the 30th of June 2019. These homeless people have been visited by several neighbors, authorities, and at provincial level. Based on the assessment, we were informed that 1 or 2 people lost their lives and 2 other people are seriously injured. In Mukukwe is also another part of Bukavu in South Kivu. 2 houses also gone up in smoke. This was a result of a fire that broke out on Avenue Telecom First Telecom, which is located at 300 meters away from the Mukukwe football field in Dendere district, Ibanda community in the city of Bukavu. This event took place on the 1st of July 2019 around 2 p.m. Furthermore, around 4 p.m., There was also another incident where houses caught fire at Camp 6 or Camp 6 near the former Somenki Agent Club in the town of Kamituga in Mwenga territory of South Kivu. We were informed that two other stores, food stores, which are located near the Nganda Sens Unique, Nganda means nightclub, were also burnt down. And possibly, the fire started from the bar or the nightclub in Nganda Sens Unique, and from there it caught the two food store and burnt everything and left everything to ashes. The origin of the fire of the incendiary is so far unknown. Kamitatu appeals to Fayulu and revert from mass dissensions in Lamuka. All started from a tweet posted by Kamitatu. Kamitatu is a director of the cabinet of Katumbi, Moses. He put on Twitter, on his Twitter account, is a publication which was signed, publication of a document which was signed by Martin Fayulu, proposing a creation of a body or a commission or an organization known as Au Conseil National de Réforme Institutionnelle, which he will conduct, which Fayulu will conduct. This institution will reflect on the reforms to work remarkably on the Electoral Commission and the High Court or Supreme Court for a period of 12 to 18 months. And at the same time, during the same time they are working, the document says that Felix Tshisekedi could remain the leader of the country. And the document says that it will talk about the crisis. It was about a crisis proposition. The document also suggests that the organization suggests that we should also have a new general election. So in this document, Martin Fayulu was also talking about the ballot. However, he forgot somehow that by publishing this document, according to Kamitatu, by publishing this document, it looks like Martin Fayulu is not fighting for the truth about the result of the elections, but his focus was somehow turned to something different. Therefore, he said in the document, he took or he has offered a dialogue with Tshisekedi to dedicate the he gave, what I have to put it in this way, he gave somehow to Felix Tshisekedi this opportunity to have a dialogue which looks like, is radicalism, is not what he projects when he tells people to go out. But it was like a type of diabolization, according to Kamitatu. He named it, he calls it, like he was trying to do something stupid. And he said that what he said against Moses Katumbi is unspeakable. That was a Twitter of Kamitatu. I'm trying to take it, from French to put it in English. A few minutes later, the group that we call Ensemble pour le Changement or Together for the Change of Katumbi said that the document that Lamuka presented on the event that took place on the 30th of June was not signed by the leaders of Lamuka. So that document was published, we saw it, it was posted here and there, but apparently Lamuka leaders did not sign it. And that is against the rules of their coalitions. For that reason, many people have been saying, they have been disagreeing, if you want, with this dislocation, with the misunderstanding that has been taking control in Lamuka. They have got leaders, or we don't know if they are leaders or individuals or systems or political parties under Lamuka have been showing a type of fracture, a type of misunderstanding, a type of lack of cooperation, lack of understanding, lack of unity within this political coalition. And people are wondering what will the result, the final result be. We are moving forward and we'll look now at Tshisekedi in Jugu, where he said he has heard a lot about what has been happening in Jugu. Now it's time to find a solution. In his own words, Tshisekedi said that I come to inquire about the situation of my brethren in Ituri. I would like to hear the problems they are going through here and see how we can find solutions to their difficulties and that peace be restored. That way, fathers and mothers will do their work as usual and children will go to school as usual. So all activities will start in a normal way. I already met with the governor, deputies, that is the level of provinces, national deputies also, as well as chiefs. I heard a lot about what has been happening here. You people do not have any worries or concerns. Now we are going to find solution to all those problems, and that will be like a priority. You have your representatives who are chiefs and deputies or member of parliament. Now that I will remain in permanent contact with them. As far as security is concerned, the army will stay here in Jugu until no more shots are fired. We will make every effort to end this problem of the attackers. Those were the words of Tshisekedi Chilombo. At the end, he added, I ask you for the last, as I said yesterday in Bunia, love each other and help each other. Let us go back to South Kivu again, where the violence has not ceased in the province of South Kivu despite the dialogue on peace in the highlands of Fizi, Uvira and Itombwe in the province of South Kivu. The attacks of the armed group multiplied the day after the end of the dialogue. At least 350 cows were swept away and 4 Banyamulenge villages were burned on Saturday the 29th of June by Mai Mai militia in Itombwe, Mwenga territory. According to the Minembwe civil society sources, the militia attacked several villages occupied by Banyamulenge community. Some cows were raped and in the villages of Kukwe and Bukiba. The Mai Mai took away at least 350 cows belonging to Banyamulenge, but they were overwhelmed by this large number of cows. At then, no death recorded except 8 families of Banyamulenge were taken hostage by Mai Mai at Kashasha, said William Etabo, vice president of the Civil Society of Minembwe. But we'll let you know that those incidents occur from both sides. This group will go here, will strike, will hit the other group will come back, hit the other group. So it's like a fight between the two groups. The burned villages among others are Pepe, Luiba, Bidegu, and Kashasha in the territory of Mwenga. Asked if these attacks testifies or will project the failure of the dialogue on peace in this part of the province held in Uvira from the 25th to the 28th of June, William said it's still early to say so. In his own words, William said each community has had the duty to sensitize their groups to lay down their arms. On the side of Babembe, we already announced meetings with theirs from this Monday, 1st of July. The Banyamulenge also are ready to raise awareness to Gominos, Tuganeo, and the Al-Shabaab, and Al-Shabaab, and the Nyindus and Fuleru must convince Biloze Bishamuke on their side, he replied. The former president of Banyamulenge community, Nzibonera Bizuru, on his side, he said he does not believe that Uvira dialogue will bring the solution to the community conflict, which shakes Fizi, Uvira, and Mwenga. In his words, he said, how to explain that a 4-day dialogue can find a solution to a problem that has existed for years? We must also do a study on the causes of this conflict to find a solution and not to look at the effect we see today. That was his word. Just as a reminder, thousands of people have been displaced since February after the burnings of their villages. This is according to the UN Office of Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, in the DRC. Let's go to Kananga, where 115 detainees from Kananga Central Prison in Kasai Central were transferred on Friday, June the 28th, to Bobozo military camp in the eastern part of Kananga. The authorities explained this decision by the massive escapes was taken because of the massive escapes recently recorded in custody or in prison. So therefore they announced that they have to transfer them there for rehabilitation of the prisoners. According to Gode Mubiai, who said is a provincial minister of justice in Kasai, he said the decision was made by the country high-ranking government as a result of repeated escapes and the climate of near insurgency inside the prison. The detainees had chased the administrators and controlled the prison. They brought in weapons and prepared a confrontation with the security forces who guarded the prison, but outside. The hierarchy has made the decision to restore order. For now, we will first rehabilitate the cells and separate them from the administrative block, and the detainees will be brought back later on. The military prosecutor's office, which supervised the relocation of the detainee, does not specify the duration of the rehabilitation work of the prison. In his word, he said again, I don't know how long the rehabilitation will take, but at the end, they will return to the prison. End of his says. That was Colonel Cyprien Mumau. For its part, the Congolese Association for the Defense of Human Rights does not approve the transfer of detainees to a military camp. Arthur Pandiganye, the coordinator of this association, said, it's inconceivable, it's not acceptable, there is another building next to the Kananga prison underlying the prison. Why not to rehabilitate why not to rehabilitate that building but send the detainees to a military camp? Can lawyers and families have access to these prisoners? The same source indicates that detainees were transferred to hidden places of the National Intelligence Services. However, I will remind you that Tshisekedi said whenever he became a president, as he became a president of the Republic, his priority was to close down those National Intelligence Agencies, offices, or hidden prisons. So people still telling us that those prisons operate, they continue to work so hard, they continue to do the same job they used to do, meaning torturing people, making people to disappear, and so on. For your reminder, several escapes took place last May in Kananga Central Prison. Among the escapees, 2 alleged murderers of the UN expert. Some escapees were killed by the prison guards. Let's go now to Nord-Kivu, where the Nord-Kivu Provincial Assembly encourages the central government to take steps to improve the precarious security situation in that province. This was started by Robert Seninga, chairperson of that deliberative body. Monday, the 1st of July, on the sideline of the closing of the ordinary session of March, Robert Seninga insists on solutions against the activism of national and foreign armed groups as the main cause of insecurity in North Kivu. The Provincial Assembly calls for the hunt of all foreign armed groups. On the sidelines of the closure of the regular session, the Member of Parliament, Pierre Paul Lumbulumbu, petitioned the new governor of North Kivu to ask him to do everything possible to restore state authority throughout the province. And for Tarsis Kayira, he said that this dialogue of Uvira was historic. Tarsis Kayira is a coordinator of the organization Action for Indigenous Development and Peace. Is pleased with the intercommunity dialogue for peace and security in the highland and middle plateau of Uvira, Fizi, and Mwenga in South Kivu. And for him, he explains that several dialogues have taken place, but these ones was organized, and the fact that the presidency of the Republic was represented in these meetings till to its end, he calls it historic, because the presence of the governor was there for 4 days. For him, that is historic. And he says that because the army, the police, and the security services, community, and chiefs were present in that dialogue, for him, that makes it to become really historic. However, he says that we are now talking about each other, and each other of us has to take things seriously. Despite the violence or disruption that may still arise, it's up to everyone to take a responsibility. That was his last word. So this is our news in brief today, my dear brother and sister. It was just like a flash to tell you what has taken place into the Republic Democratic of Congo. So therefore, I have to leave you on this note to wish to you a very wonderful day, very good afternoon, very good evening, very good morning, depending on where you are. And today, we are going to talk a little bit. We'll have our program that we call Kiosque du Jour, and we are going to talk about the youth. Youth, they have to stand up, they have to open their mind, their heart, to have to wake up in order to save our present and future nation. Thank you very much for your time. May God bless you. May God bless our country, and see you next time. Thanks a lot. It was Odon Bulamba who was presenting this program. See you next time. Ciao.